So I think that it's really unfortunate that people are judging me based upon being a bantamweight. The UFC found me when I was a flyweight, so it was really unfair. It's like making a sprinter a long distance runner. That's not fair, right? You can't expect a sprinter to be the best long distance runner. That's not where you found them, So I went up to bantamweight because it's the UFC and it's the best place to be as a fighter. So I went, you know what? I'm gonna go up. I'll give it my best shot. I came out. I won my first fight against Sarah Kaufman. Unfortunately, it was overturned over a failed drug test. That it was just unfortunate how it actually happened. But I knew that I could contend with all the girls. I fought the top 5 women all the time, and took them all to decision. Nobody went out there and just beat me up. So, it's really unfortunate that people are focusing so much on my bantamweight career that I don't identify myself with her. I identify myself as a flyweight. I identify myself from my last fight and where I'll go from here. And I feel like everyone's really counting me out, and I feel like I'm the underdog, and I strive on that. I strive on being the underdog, so I welcome it. Some people don't really like it, and it gets to them. It's the fuel to my fire. Well, Valentino didn't have as many fights at bantamweight as I did. When I got into the UFC, it was still like women had only been in the UFC for a couple months at that time. So it was still so new. And again, people were getting used to, women's MMA and seeing all that. But again, I feel like it was just crazy timing. But I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from the Midwest. I've been the underdog my whole life. I didn't grow up from the best upbringing. So it's kind of always been my life. I think that it makes me strive better, and I'm just gonna take this as a way to be better. Well, the UFC is promoting her more than me. The UFC has done more media with her. The Vegas odds, they're putting all these stats out and stuff, and it's like, I have twice as many fights as she does in the UFC. Of course my stats are going to be different than her. Of course her stats are going to look higher. She's only had 2 fights in the UFC, and they've almost encouraged her to count me out, which, I really hope she understands that, in my mind, this is fighting, guys. I want to hurt her, and if whatever I can do to hurt her makes her feel bad about herself, tears her down, that's what it's about. And then when I'm done after the fight and I win, I'll shake her hand and say, great job, this is the sport, this is what we signed up for. We didn't sign up to be best friends, we signed up to be opponents and fighters. I'm never gonna come unprepared at flyweight because I feel like I have a chip on my shoulder that I deserve to be there, right? I'm evil, right? And now there's good, and now I get to have the good and evil, working together with each other, and it's empowering for me, right? I'm happy because I finally feel like the UFC has set me up for success and put me in a lane that I can succeed in.